Good afternoon and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. First off, guys, I'm starting the vlog a little later, but I did record earlier at the volleyball game. I will insert that footage for you guys right now. So I had very little footage, honestly, guys. There was like, it wasn't even, I don't want to say not a good game. They ended up losing. And I am frustrated because, okay, like in the past, both the Matthews JV years, even his freshman year, they might have not done really well at tournaments, but the games, they were almost always solid. Like, honestly, they were probably like maybe 2-1 or 3-1, I'd probably even say, for like just regular season games or whatever. They'd probably win like 3, lose 1, or possibly like 2-3. I'd say probably was their average. And like even if they did lose, like it was close or like a really well played game, or sometimes they take it to like 3 sets. Today they lost both sets. It was just like a very quick game. They ended up playing, it was, what's I gonna say? They, I think, lost by no more than 5 points, I think, in either set. But it was just, I don't know what it was today. It's like something different every single day, and that's what we figured out too. And I even asked Matthew, I was like, what do you think it is? And he even told me his like perspective on it. Today, his coach told him like, okay, you're going to be coming off the bench and you're either going to be coming in for this person or that person. And he didn't really know. He ended up coming in for one kid who they kept serving the ball to him, and he isn't normally a back row player, so he wasn't returning it very well. And so she ended up putting Matthew in, and he told me, he was like, I really don't like when I'm not starting the game right away or I'm coming in off the bench. He's like, because, and it was true. The first set, he did not play very well, and then the second set, once he was all nice and warmed up, he actually had some crazy good saves. And I unfortunately didn't catch him on film. Matthew's girlfriend caught them, and actually we rewatched them afterwards, and I was like, yeah, you did look really good like in the second set. But the first one, he just did not look well because, again, like he was saying, he came off the bench, and like they don't really, I mean, like I can understand obviously when you're on the bench, like you can't be warming up and getting ready to come in and stuff like that, but even before the game, they do a very, very short workout. And like Matthew said too, when they play away games, they don't do warm-ups at all. Which is like pretty ridiculous. And like for someone like me who has, you know, done football conditioning for the last 4 years, and like listening to, you know, a professional who went to college too, which was one of the kids' dads, and really helped me come up with like their workouts and their conditioning and their warm-up regimen and stuff like that. And warm-ups are really as important as like regular practices and stuff like that, not only for like their, you know, so they don't pull a muscle, but also for mentally warming them up, and also physically too, you know, making sure their muscles are actually like you're ready to actually play the game. Because if not, you come out there all sluggish like our kids always do. And I really, really, really think that that has a lot to do with the you know, they're just, like I said, if they, and especially lately, and I've noticed this, I don't think they have won the first set of a game, with the exception of when they played the team last, I think it was last Tuesday or last Thursday. That team, they weren't very good. They weren't even ranked very high. I don't actually know that they've won a game yet all season, but they, other than that game, and they still end up losing the second set to them, but other than in that game, they had not played, like they lose the first set, and then if they do come back, they win the second set and then win the third set if they do win. If not, they might win the second set and then lose the third set. But they have not, I don't think, won, with the exception of that one game, they have not won the first set of any match. And I think that is, it like shows a lot of what the kids like are very sluggish and tired. And even too in the tournaments, it takes them a while to get going. They play their best volleyball, I think, in the middle of the tournament. And I think maybe that also has a little bit to do with them not totally being awake, but you can wake them up by doing a lot of, you know, like the conditioning stuff and the, not conditioning, but the warm-ups like that we would do too for football, and just like the stretching and stuff like that to get your muscles moving and your brain moving and stuff like that, because volleyball is such a reactionary sport that I feel like that is one thing that they really need. Like, you can't have a tired brain when you're out there playing volleyball. I mean, maybe in some other sports and stuff like that, but especially in volleyball, because it is so fast and, you know, the ball is coming right at your face. You have to react to it really quickly, and you have to do it fast enough to be able to still play the volleyball, you know, and stuff like that. So I think that is a big key to, I think, why they haven't been doing well. But in today's game particularly, one kid had a very not good game, and the rest of the team kind of suffered from that. And we've noticed too, it's like always one kid, and it seems like it's a different kid like every game, that just has like a bad game, and it throws the whole team off. And then the whole rest of the team is like, you know, kind of like trying to pick up the slack, and they can't always. And I feel like that was probably one of the like, if we had all 6 kids on the court at the same time, all playing at least a good game, we'd win every single time. But it is always one kid every single game that is just not having a good game. And Matthew, for a small part of it, I mean, he lost a couple points again in that first set because he looked tired out there and he looked sluggish. The second one, he saved, like I said, some crazy balls, but I feel like it was only because he was really like awake after that. So yeah, guys, it kind of stunk. The game was, like I said, not what I wanted it to be. And we beat this team in the tournament, not last tournament, but the one before that, which also really stunk because we played probably our best volleyball against them. We ended up taking them to 3 sets. We lost the first one, won the second 2, and it was a great game. I told you guys that was the one that ended up going into, went into the cap, and we got the final point. So yeah, but then today it was kind of like not a blowout, but we didn't really keep it, like we were kind of close and battling, and it was like a little up and down, but it was never like we went up like 3 points and then we'd go down 3 points. It was kind of like once we kind of peaked, and then we'd get like, you know, we were always down pretty much, at least also in the second set. Like at the very beginning we'd be up a little bit, but then once it kind of hit 10 points, we went down and we kind of just stayed down. And we were like I said, probably at least we got no more within like 2 points, I think, at any time. So it kind of did stink, guys, because like I said, I was really hoping that we would. We're now 0-2 in conference, which also stinks because this is a conference team. So I mean, I told Matthew too, I was like, if you feel like you guys need to do more stretches and stuff like that, I would really bring it up to the coach and tell her, or else the other coach who's coaching JV, or coached JV last year, who Matthew's like known obviously for the last 2 years, but he's very like sociable, I feel like. And I was like, if you feel like, you know, scared to talk to the head coach about it, talk to him, because he coached the JV last year, but now they don't have a freshman team, so the freshman coach is actually coaching the JV and he's assisting at the varsity. So they have 2 varsity coaches this year. And so since Matthew, you know, knows them well enough, I was like, you know, you should bring that up or say that, you know, that you feel that, you know, not prepared for a game, because I think that you should be able to tell a coach that if you do feel like that, especially, you know, if it's something like I said, you know, for warm-ups wise and stuff like that. It's also dangerous because if you don't warm up correctly, you can risk pulling muscles and stuff like that. Matthew always complains that he's got pulled muscles and stuff like that. So, you know, or he pulled something, which can obviously be a problem too if he's playing on, you know, while he's sore and stuff like that. So anyways, though, guys, I made dinner for tonight. We ate, and I did dishes today too, so I'm going to take a shower and head to bed while it's still early. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So, bye, guys.